Hello and welcome back to Captain of Industry. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So last time we got our naphtha processing up and running so we could make rubber, which is not currently running because they haven't got the naphtha. We should be producing about as much naphtha as we can. Yeah, they're not held up with anything. So it should be fine. I don't know why they're not. Maybe it just takes a little while for it to build up. That's fine. Whatever. It'll get there. We've got a good bit of rubber in stock. We've got a little bit of rubber in stock, and it's only currently used for the electronics, which are full. So it's not a massive concern if that's taken a little while to get started. So there were two things we wanted to address today. Well, there's a couple of things I want to address today. One of them is we need to get this built. We're going to knock the priority of this one up. Oh, no, we're not, because the other thing that's being built, of course, is housing. So housing is the priority. So no, we're not going to knock the priority of that. We're going to leave that where it is. That is the priority. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on a P1, and I'm going to put that on a P3. Just so we make sure we do the food market after this one. Once the food market is done, we can start accepting the tofu, which we are making from the wheat. So that is great. Not from the wheat, from the soybeans. Sorry, we're making it from soybeans. That's what we're making it from. I knew it wasn't wheat. It took me a moment to realize. We will put a storage container in front of that, I think, so we can accept a buildup of tofu to make sure we're using as much soybean as possible. Similarly, we will put a storage in front of the bread as well, just to make sure we're using up as much of this wheat as possible, because it is getting backed up at the moment. Aside from that, all the food is being used. And what we'll do, I think, is we'll put the bread into here. And maybe we'll just give another... No, we can't give another potatoes there because it's already got potatoes. Maybe we won't. Well, maybe we will, because then it'll actually use up more of the wheat. We'll just keep going till the wheat's gone. Maybe we will do that. We'll add some extra wheat into this one. So that's something for us to do. The other thing we were going to do was power generation. Oh, looks like our housing has been built. That's excellent. So let's unpause the beacon. We do need to start thinking about potentially putting some more housing in, because that's only given us 30. So I might put another one in straight away, and I'm going to unpause it to start with, and I'm going to put that on like a lower priority. So it'll get done, but it'll be the last thing they try to build, and that's not a problem. We are expanding this over here a bit more. We'll just keep that going out, just keep building housing over there, I guess, as and when we can. How is that currently set for dumping? That's probably fine. I might take off like that for now, just so they prioritize that top bit and don't get distracted. Cool, 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 cool. Because we could expand it over in this direction a bit more, but it's going to start impacting on our food production if we go more than maybe like we could get one in there, I think, and then we'd have to move all this as well. It's just going to be a hassle. It's going to be a hassle. So hopefully we'll get that expanded before we need to make another one. We'll see how that goes. The other thing we have is power generation Mark III. So we have the low power. Well, it'd be nice if you hovered over and it told you. But we have the low power steam generator. So what we want to do is basically clean all of this. Not clean it up. That's very misleading. We're not going to clean it up. It's going to remain as messy as it is. With its myriad of pipework and everything all over the place, which I kind of love. But we want to fix this bit. We want to fix the generators, because we have naphtha, which is currently being used over here. We have fuel gas that this generates. We have heavy oil and light oil. We also have coal. A number of things that we could be using to burn to make steam. And up in our actual power generation, we are currently just using coal. So we want to move this, although this is working quite nicely at the moment, it's looking good. We want to move this over here and utilize some of these other resources that we have. That's the plan. How that's all going to fit in there, I don't really know. It's going to get a little bit messy, I think. So we're going to plan it out over here. And where it's actually going to end up is going to be another matter entirely. I'd like to keep the boiler generation down here, but the power part of it is definitely going to have to, maybe like here. Maybe we'll have it like, how big is it? Yeah, so we could fit them in like next to that farm quite nicely, I think. So that's the plan. That's the plan. So we have a couple of options for this. So we could have, not that, waste management. No, where on earth did we get the... where's water? Yeah, boilers. Okay. There we go. So we also have animal feed. So I did have a quick look in the research. The only thing we can currently use animal feed for is burning. There is nothing else we can do with it. So I'm thinking we set up an animal feed boiler, which is going to not obviously go here, but we're just going to put it here for now. So that one's going to be animal feed. Let's just mark that so we know what it's supposed to be doing. We could also set it up with a secondary priority of coal, just so we have that as a backup. We then want another one. In fact, I'm going to immediately cut that and flip that because I'm going to try and figure out how this is all going to fit together. We have a secondary output of coal. Secondary options with what we can do with this here. So let's pop this one in here. So this one is animal feed and coal. What's the other one there? Wood chips. I'm not bothered about wood chips. That's fine. So we also have... I wish is there a way to turn all of these off? No. Just like that. So we have heavy oil and we have light oil. The medium oil we do not want to use because the medium oil which is being produced here is being used in its entirety in the Distillers Mark II. So we don't really want to use those. Our light oil is actually getting quite low. That's because it's being used for the naphtha. Yes, that's not a problem. I had a bit of a panic there that our light oil is getting low. So that's going to stop running soon. But actually, we need to make this a higher priority. I don't know if we can actually reach it. I think that might be the concern. I don't think they can get over there to build it because there's so much pipe in the way. They should be able to... Oh, come here a second before you run away, little truckie. Oh, no, they definitely can. Oh, no, they can't. They can't get through any of that. No, there's probably not enough for them to get through. So we do need to save up enough Mark II construction parts that we can Unity build that. We need to do that pretty quickly. So I'm going to pause the construction on that. That one I'm also going to pause. And I'm just going to let our parts build up so we can Unity build that. Like I say, it's all going to be removed at some point soon, but before we get there, we don't want to be in a position where all of this stops working, because then we'd have to get this one up and running again. Can our trucks... No, they can no longer get there to deliver coal even if we were using that. That could be a bit of a problem. We might just have to sort out what these... Because it's these pillars all being unaligned, which are the issue. We might just have to do a little bit of finagling with the pillars just to get them working again. So trucks can actually get through, because, yeah, that's going to cause us problems. It's going to cause us problems. Anyway, point being, we have the heavy oil and the light oil. We then also have... Untick, thank you. We also have naphtha and fuel gas being produced. The fuel gas at the moment isn't being used for anything other than it's going to be powering that boiler. Right now it's just all being burnt off because we have no other use for it, but that is what we want it to be able to do. So we have two options here. We could have this sort of setup where we can prioritize the inputs slightly via this. We could say always use the naphtha first if it's built up. Do we want to do that? Let's think. This is producing naphtha. It's going in there. Yeah, because we're going to have burners for the fuel gas anyways. We probably want to use the naphtha if it's filled up, I guess. It doesn't really matter too much. And over here, we want to prioritize heavy oil over light oil, because at the moment, heavy oil isn't doing anything else. Goes back into itself and goes into a burner and goes to the boiler. Yeah, so the heavy oil is doing nothing apart from being used in the boiler at the moment. I'm very concerned that that is about to run out. Very concerned that is about to run out. Oh, how about they can actually reach it to get the parts there somehow? I don't know who's doing that. Oh. No, it's not. What did you just do? You just picked up sulfur. Hang on, where did you pick it? Where are you you're taking it over there, which is fine. Where are you picking it up from? Oh, that one produces sulfur. Right, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's okay then. Not a problem. So I think this is okay. The alternative is we would have an extra set of these, and we would have each one set to only do one input. That's better. One input, and then we'd balance it with pipe balancers afterwards. Because the pipe balancers don't have, if we would find one over here, where are you? Yes, because they don't have multiple inputs or output priorities. You can only set it priority or not priority. It'd be nice if there was like a priority 1, priority 2, etc. You can choose which port to prioritize. Yeah. So that's a bit of a pain. There might be a mod for that, but I'm trying not to use mods or anything if we can help it. These are using a lot of coal. Do you have any other options? No, that's fine then. You just carry on using coal. So yeah, first of all, that would use a lot of workers because they use 6 workers each, and workers are one of the things we're struggling for at the moment. So I think that's immediately why it's a bad idea. We'd also need to use a lot of pipe balancers, but they take 20 kilowatts each. So you'd have to have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 or 6 pipe balancers. That's quite a lot. So we want to try to avoid that. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do it this way. And then same as we have down here, have 2 inputs going into it, connected right there via the connector, because the connector can mix products, pipes cannot mix products. That's the important thing to remember. That can mix products, that can't. So if we had the connector back here, nothing would go down there apart from one product, which is no good for us. So, right then. How are we doing in terms of these? We've got 2 left, and that needs another 20. I might pause you for the moment, just so we can make sure as many of those as possible are actually going into storage. We've got a few there backed up, but once it's got one more on that belt, they will all go into the storage, because we do need to get that built quite quickly. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem for us. So, now we've got these going. So what do we want to prioritize? We want to prioritize, awkwardly, we want to prioritize animal feed, but coal we don't want to prioritize. So maybe we just turn coal off to start with, and we just manually enable it if we need it. So that's going to be the priority. So coming out of these is steam. So we'll have a pipe balancer. They produce 48 steam, so a Mark 1 pipe is fine. So that would go into there, and then that input would be the priority. We would then have... doesn't really matter too much because we need to get rid of all of it regardless of what's being used, right? Like if we're not burning, if we're not using the heavy oil or the naphtha or the fuel gas in the boilers, we're just going to burn it off. So it doesn't really matter what the priority is too much. We are going to need, in fact, I want to just move this up a bit for the moment. So that's going to go into there. We need to output from there. Okay. Let's think about this. Let's think about this. Is that basically what we want? Obviously, we would need some... how much do you output in terms of exhaust? 90, 72, 72, 72, 90, 72. I'm assuming that does CO2. It does. So we're probably going to need a large one because they can only do 60. So we're going to need a large one. So let's just pop that one. Could we fit it in there? No, because we couldn't get the other ones over there. Let's just pop it here. All the icons are in the way. I'm trying to get it so it's actually lined up with the back there. Excellent. And then we would want a pipe Mark II going from there into there, because they are both outputting. If it's burning coal, it's exhaust, it's exhaust. If it's burning heavy oil or light oil, it's exhaust, it's exhaust. So that's not mixing components in there. This one is potentially going to have a mix of them, which is going to be interesting. Maybe we would need a separate one for that. Or maybe not, because then it'll how much is it producing? 72, 72, so it's too much for a pipe. So that's also going to be a pipe Mark II, slightly frustratingly. We don't want it going that way. We want it going like that way. So that would be that taken care of. We would then need water. Water storage. What size does it have at the moment? It has a standard one, which it seems to be coping quite fine. So let's pop this down like here. So that should be okay. Then we would need storage for the... We're going to need a few of these, aren't we? So we have heavy and light oil, but we don't have naphtha, or we also need animal feed and coal, potentially. Now, they're going to be a bit more of a problem because they're going to need some more space to get the belts up and over. Now, do you not have enough space to get in there? No, you don't. That's fine. So let's just delete that for the minute. In fact, let's delete that and we'll just put that one further back. And then delete that. And then pipe mark 1. And we will get rid of that weird connector being there because we don't need that. And then if we do a U-shaped conveyor from there into there. Now, if we did it like that, that should be okay, shouldn't it? It should get both products storing up in there if it needs them. So one of them's going to be animal feed, which is going to say keep full with like a priority 5. This one's going to be coal, which we're going to say put just a little bit in there. We're not too concerned with the lower priority because we don't want it taking coal from the other things. That one's going to be water, which we want to keep full with a really high priority. What's it on at the moment? It's probably on like a P1, isn't it? Doesn't have a priority? It's not being told to keep full. It's just magically doing it anyway. That's fine. Oh yeah, it's the one up there that we've got prioritized because that's the actual power one. That's what I'm thinking of, which is on a P1. So maybe we should put that on a P1 as well because if we lose power, we're in trouble. And then we're going to need storage for the naphtha and the fuel gas because we don't have that at the moment. And they don't take silly amounts. Well, that just takes 72. But it takes... So we might need a pipe mark 2 just for the fuel gas, which is silly. So that's going to have pipes coming in from somewhere else. In fact, that's not going to work because how are they going to connect? They're not going to connect there, are they? So we want to bring that back because we want to leave space to have a connector there. But you can't bend that much. We might have to move it all back another one just to give that some extra room then. Because then we could conveyor there and do that. Which should give room for a connector to go there. If we just bring that out there. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to want a Mark 1 pipe going to this one. And annoyingly, a Mark 2 for the fuel gas. Let's bring that in. Like there. That's a Mark II pipe. Does that need to be a Mark II pipe? I don't think so. Is there a way to downgrade it? No. I just had the wrong thing selected when I was doing it, I think. Same there. That doesn't need to be a Mark II. That's better. Right. So then this one is going to be the fuel gas. This one is going to be the naphtha. There you are. So that's basically what we want. Which is quite chunky. We also aren't dealing with off-gassing any additional stuff from these two at the moment. So we could rely on this one down here doing it still, and then just try and squeeze those in over here. The problem being, to do that is we'd have to delete this. Now we're out of light oil, so none of this is actually running at the moment. And let's unpause that one to actually just keep this running, just so we don't run out of stuff. So we could just delete all of this. Would that then fit in there, is the question. It should do. We are definitely going to have to think about how our trucks are going to get in here, though. Because they're going to need to be able to get in there to move the products around. So maybe that's like the first thing we should think about. You, come here. Oh, I was hoping that would stay up. So if we could just clear like this. These pillars, that's the problem. So then, yeah. Well, they have built that extra boiler now, but it's not filling up with... Oh, hang on. It's got the wrong... It should be naphtha and fuel gas. Yeah, so it's filling up with fuel gas now, so that's going to kick in. And then we should be able to... I mean, that one hasn't got any water because we broke the water pipe. So that's fine. It doesn't matter because that one should be working now. Excellent. Although we're going to delete it all in a minute anyway. No worries. Oh, wait, what? Oh, because I cut it rather than copying it. Okay, let's do that again. And then we'll know it's right, yeah? Oh, what a clown move. So we want a boiler. Other way, just flip it. There, we want a gas boiler. Getting it all wrong. Flip, there. And then another one flipped. There. We want a... That's the exhaust, isn't it? Yes. So we're going to want a large smokestack, which if we put there, we don't actually... I think I connected the steam to this one before. Or did I just have that? I think I might just have that flipped the other way. We're going to want a pipe balancer, which we're going to put there. Going to connect that into there, that into there, that into there. We're going to prioritize that input. We then want a pipe mark 2 to go from here to here. Okay. We then want... Just trying to get the minimum size we need with one extra. So we're going to want that there. With loose storage. Is loose storage animal feed? Oh, hang on. I can't see animal feed there. Can't see it there. Where's animal feed? Oh, it's there. Okay. So that's going to go there. Then we're going to want fluid storage here. Here and here. This is going to be for the water, so we're going to bring that in there. How far back did we have this before? I don't know. If we just do it there, it doesn't matter too much with the pipes because they're a bit more forgiving. You go into there. And we need to set all these up. So this was going to be animal feed with coal as a backup, but we're not going to actually even set it up. This was going to be, so untick all of that. Heavy oil and light oil with heavy oil as a priority. Hello, stop that. Ah, wait, so that didn't need that pipe there, did it? That's going to have its own pipe. With a connector there. And then you were going to come over here, and you were going to be a Mark II pipe connecting in there. And you were going to be naphtha and fuel gas And I think prioritize the naphtha. So you were going to be... Oh my word, where's naphtha? There it is. You are going to be fuel gas. You are going to be animal feed, which is right up there. I'm going to say keep full with a bit of a priority. You are going to be water, which we're going to want to keep full with a priority 1, but we're going to try and pipe it in anyway, saying that, so it might not be a concern. So I think that's everything we need, isn't it? So new things we don't have at the moment are off gas for the naphtha and stuff set in. But like I say, if we just reuse what's already there, which is probably working quite fine. And we'll just see how that goes. Okay, right, that's done. Why are none of these working? Just because it probably doesn't need the steam at the moment. That's fine then. So now we do need to clear space here because they can't even empty that bucket at the moment. So if we think about doing that like here, that would make the most sense. So let's... delete like that. And then if we can Unity delete that, that would be great. We're also going to need to delete that one. In fact, we might be okay if we just do this better. Just need that to go. There we go. So we don't mind there being a pillar there, because that matches what's already there. It's annoying that it's going to put another one there, though. We could do that. Or we could just do that. It does leave a nice big gap. Truck, navigation. It's probably still not quite enough, is it? So we might need to move this one and this one. So let's Unity remove that. Unity build that. And there's this one here that I think we want to get rid of as well. So let's, if we just do like that. In fact, I think we'll have to do it to like up there, won't we? If we could Unity remove all of those. And if we go from there. That leaves a big old gap in the middle of those now. If I'd have paid attention to this in the first place, it wouldn't be a concern. So this one here is now potentially a concern. So let's also, if we go from there to like there, Unity remove that, please and thank you. We've had some more refugees in. We are actually full, so we need to pause this. I'm glad I looked up there. We can unpause this now, and we can unpause that. We've also researched salt production, so we could now be using the brine we are producing somewhere in this pipe here. And we could get that making... Why is there a separate pipe? Oh, because it doesn't connect. It's because there's not enough of those for the outputs. That's fine then. Okay, that makes sense. Ish. I mean, it's not perfect sense, but we know what it's trying to do. So that's been done. So now if we copy this, and say go from there to there, Leave a nice big gap, so that's now should be plenty of room for trucks to get through to here. So now comes the slightly scary part. So what is this making? This is making diesel, or it's making oil. No, what is it making? It's just making the oils. It makes sulfur, which we're full of. It makes heavy oil and medium oil. Medium oil goes in here to make... Oh, so it does make the diesel. Right, I was right. Yeah, so it makes the diesel. So now we should be able to get rid of this. We do have a lot of diesel in stock. We have a lot of rubber in stock as well. So we're not too concerned if we just go... I mean, I might even put just a cheeky save in here. I just feel like this has the potential just to make everything wrong. So we have the fuel gas and the naphtha lines. We have the water line. And we have the heavy... So we don't want to touch this one. But we can get rid of all of that. All of that. All of that. That extra line there. Might as well get rid of that a little bit. And a little bit more of that one, which is the... light oil input, right. So we've got the light oil and the heavy oil, the fuel gas and the naphtha. Okay. I always want to get rid of these as like a priority. Export with priority 1, export with priority 1. Let's get rid of it now. Trucks get in there. Let's Unity remove as much of that as we can, just to speed things up a little bit. Excellent, thank you very much. So it's just those two we're waiting for, and then if I copy... Did I copy too much? I can't really tell because the thing's in the way. I feel like I might have got a bit of that pipe underneath. That will then fit in there quite nicely once that's gone. Excellent. And then the next thing we need to do... So I'm going to cut, and it's going to pop that over there, just so it's out of the way. So the next thing we want to do is the power, which is the whole point of us doing this, if you remember, way back in the day. So we are going to want a high pressure turbine, which is going to face this way. Do we want two of those? I think we want two of them, don't we? Yeah. We want two high pressure turbines. We then want 4 power generators, right? Because they use 3. That makes 6. Yeah, so 4 power generators. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4 flywheels. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have 4 flywheels? Just to check. Yes, we do. Okay, that's fine then. So this is going to have steam coming into each of these, which is fine. That will be coming from this balancer here. These will be producing 48 steam, and this should be using 48 steam. So we'll actually have to have more than one of those burning at a time, which is sort of expected because we know we're burning one constantly up there and one roughly constantly down here. So that's not too much of a problem. Then these also output 24 low steam. We now have a low pressure turbine which deals with 24 low pressure steam. And that outputs half the amount that that does. So this we want, it's a shame that those ports don't line up, but okay. So if we put that, no, because it's going to have to line up with this. So hang on a second. We're only going to want half the number of flywheels and everything, aren't we? Let's just try it here. Let's just put one there, one there, and then we're going to pipe that Oh, that's the wrong way around. Ha! Just all the wrong buttons. Right. There. And there. So then we're going to pipe that one into there. And that one into there. So then that is taking 24 low steam and putting it into here, which is making 3 mechanical power, which means we can have 2 of these only. At the moment, we are running 4 generators. Which need 2 boilers. And our setup only has 3 boilers. Which should be fine as long as we have a constant supply of animal feed. Or naphtha, or fuel gas, or heavy oil, or light oil. So then we would want the duplicate of this flipped, which would go there. And then we would want 2 more high pressure turbines. So this is going to be overkill for the minute. But at some point it's going to become useful. Although right now we're not even running 8. So maybe we just build like half of this to start with. And leave the rest of us. It's all going to need to come over 1. But let's leave enough space to get all of it in. Would it hurt having 4 of those? I don't know. Because what are these? They just store the power, don't they? Stores excess power. So maybe we just leave it like that. But anyway, we need to do that. And they also need to come over. Copied rather than cut, they need to come over to there. And then we would want 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those there. And then we would want to get that in place. We would want... Oh, these are the wrong way around again, aren't they? Hang on, that's... Yeah, I actually built them the wrong way. Okay. So we want to go that way. And then pipe into there. Oh, pipe into there. Pipe into there. Then we have to deal with the little bit of depleted steam they are generating. Now, let's just move all this out of the way a little bit because it's right next to that pipework we have there. So let's just put it like here. Oh, of course I missed a couple of bits. So we have depleted steam, which we could put into a cooling tower. That only accepts 24 depleted steam. These are going to be making potentially 4 times that. Which is too much. So we could... We're only going to need 2 for the minute, aren't we? But eventually we're going to need... Or you can connect them together. No, because then it's going to be trying to output water into that. So that's not going to work. So really we want them that way, don't we? Like that. And then 2 lots of steam isn't going to fit. So we're going to want a pipe Mark II. But then... yeah, if we do a pipe Mark II from there to there, and then, oh, I don't want to do that, I wanted to copy, and then we put that there, and another one there. We could then do a pipe Mark I from there to there, like that. Now the problem is that it's going to try to connect those together. So if we did that to there, and then try to put connector there. It can't because there's already connector there. Be calm, my friend, be calm. So actually, all of that needs to be split apart by another tile, doesn't it? So it was there, we need it to go there. Is that right? Is that too far now? There. But why couldn't it put those there? Collision with pillar. There we go. And let's just delete all of that for the moment, and then just rebuild that. So we want a pipe Mark I coming down to, let's do the pipe 2 first. So we're going to want a pipe Mark II going from there to the cooling tower, which isn't there. In fact, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. Flip, reverse it. So that's going to go there now. Look at me actually planning something, by the way. Isn't this amazing? Actually putting a little bit of thought into how this is all going to work. So we want a pipe Mark II from there to there, and then pipe Mark I. This is going to put an annoying pillar there. I want it all to match. So pipe Mark I from them to there, and then there to there. And then they will feed back into that water system there, I guess. Or we could just plug them directly in, because that's probably going to live up here somewhere. And we're just going to pipe the steam over. How is this doing? Let's get in there. I should have been doing this with everything on like fast. Maintenance is okay. Food has gone up, probably because we finished making that. So they put all the tofu in, which is great. I do want to do storages for the bread and the tofu. That's something that's going to be on our list. I just want to try and get this done. So I need this empty. It's already on a P1. What else can I do? What else could I do to make you go faster? To get rid of it. Get rid of it. Because right now we're not making any diesel. We're not making any rubber. Rubber should be fine. Diesel should be fine. But obviously if there is a problem, then we're in trouble. Although we could re-enable the oil pumps. Of course, that is an option. I'd rather not have to do that though. Obviously. So he's bringing in oil still. Our sulfur is absolutely ramadammed. We have this to build. Oh, we didn't look at our ship at all last time. I thought about it a couple of times and then did literally nothing about it. So what have we done? We've repaired the ship, right? Oh, it's waiting for cargo. And that one's waiting for cargo. So why is it not... Start loading the ship. Do it. Could have been doing that for a while. There was something struggling to reach a destination, but that seems to have solved itself. They're still removing that water. Copper ore is okay. Not brilliant, but okay. Iron ore even. Copper ore is hunky-dory. They are managing to keep up with it without any trouble now. So we are making plenty of copper. We're about to use a lot of it to repair that ship, but we seem to be doing okay, so I'm not too worried about that. Oh. We just need this to be emptied. It's only 36 water. If I just quick remove it, is it just going to get rid of 36 water? Do I care? Not really. Get rid of it. Excellent. Be gone. Yeah, so I've got these are the 3 steam inputs, which go into here. And at the moment they prioritize output to this one, which goes to here and to here. And the other one, it doesn't prioritize the other one because it goes to doing that and that. But obviously we are going to have to prioritize power over everything else. I don't know if it's a really good idea popping everything into one. What is this small excavator struggling with? Oh, because it's done that, because it wasn't done right. Which I can see quite clearly now. I can see clearly now, it's been made obvious. I don't want you to go up a level, I want you to be flat. 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 Why won't you go flat? So if we do that, yeah, that should be okay. Ah! No, go back in. Done loading the damaged cargo, so the ship should be off. Why are you not off? Do I have to tell it to go? Deliver cargo. There we go. I do have to tell it to go. So that'll be an extra ship for us, which is going to be here. I'm still not convinced these are going to fit together, but we'll find out. So now I've cut this rather than copying. Remember that. In fact, I'm going to immediately put it back and copy it. Ha 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 ha! Where did you come from? I think I've just copied. Yeah, I just copied one thing. So you are going to go... Now, we don't really need that extra balancer there because we already have one. So let's come back over here. And we're going to remove, like, all of that. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to remove that. Just so we know we're at a level playing field. So then we're going to... Haha, done it again. Copy that. And then this is going to go... there. Right, so we've got 1, 2, 3 inputs. So let's connect those. Now, I could have straightened them out a bit, but I'm not too worried about that. So we said we wanted to prioritize that one. So it should be prioritizing the animal feed over everything else. Again, it'd be nice if we could prioritize everything, but if we can't, we can't. It's not a problem. I suppose maybe we do want to prioritize, because we're going to have a lot coming off this. So the next thing we want to prioritize actually is the naphtha and fuel gas. So let's also prioritize that. Now we're already prioritizing, we've got 2 outputs, right? And we've got 3 outputs. So one goes to the naphtha processing. So we're prioritizing, I'm going to prioritize another one, which is going to go to the steam generators, which is going to be this one. And that's going to have to be a big old Mark II pipe. So I'm just going to bring that just there for now, just so it's somewhere. And that should be fine. I'm assuming they can handle Yeah, it doesn't say that it's got a limit to how much can go through it. So as long as it's connected with the big enough pipes, everything should, if that's feeding in like 200 steam, that should be able to output 200 steam, or 50 there, 50 there, and 50 there, and whatever. So that should be fine. So then we want to prioritize that output as well. Actually, more so than that one, but we'll see what happens. Then we want to, so we've already got off gas for the light oil and the heavy oil. We've got off gas for the naphtha and the fuel gas. So all we need to do, how much? 4854, so that's fine. Let's connect this. What do you mean incompatible port? Oh, because that's done as an output for some reason. Connect this to here, and this to here. Just done those as Mark II pipes. We don't want that. This to here, and this to here. And that should be... Ha! Except that doesn't allow trucks through. Is that a problem? Because they need to get to the animal feed, but they can get to it from that side, so I don't think that's really a concern. But we could just move the water over this side. It's interesting that the... Was that a pipe Mark II? It probably was. I think it's safe to have that as a pipe Mark II. And then we want a pipe Mark II from there to there. And that should be it. Except we haven't connected... what are you? You are the naphtha, and you are the fuel gas. So you... Fuel gas needs to be a pipe Mark II, slightly annoyingly. And you need to go to there. And then we're done, right? We've got water input, we've got naphtha input, sorry, we've got fuel gas input. I'm now confused as to what is what. That one, I'm sure, is the naphtha. So that's going to naphtha, and that's the fuel gas, and that's going to fuel gas. Yeah. I think that is everything. Right? Oh my word. Oh, holy moly, diesel's going down like no one's business. We need to get this up and running like now. Luckily we can just Unity build all of it, which is sweet. Because yeah, our diesel is running down like no one's business. I'd rather not start the oil going. No place to dump products. Are you having a laugh, mate? You having a laugh? Look at all this dumping that's going on. I'm ignoring you. Nothing to mine is more of a concern. Let's just slow everything down a second. The recording hasn't crashed, which is great. Mining designation. I don't really want you to do that. I think that's going to start getting a bit sully. So we kind of want a flat bit. But that wall's gonna start to get very big behind it. But hey ho, we can also just like flatten off that, right? And we'll just see how it goes. Okay. But we didn't run out of copper ore, so that's fine. We caught it in time. So this is now all built. What is this complaining about? We don't really need trucks to deliver there because it should be coming off of this supply. So I'm going to tell trucks not to deliver there. We should stop it complaining. Vehicles can't reach fluid storage. Do not pick up or deliver cargo there. It is going to have water piped in from here, which is coming down a Mark II pipe from there. Should be absolutely fine. It might struggle to fill up in the short... No, we've got lots of water there. It might struggle to fill up a little bit just because it has to get all the water into there in the first place. We've got animal feed going in. We've got water going in. Water's the main concern, really. This one has got water and light oil in it. This one has got nothing. It's got some fuel gas going into it, which is good because the naphtha should be going towards that first. Excellent. I think that is done. I can see this working. I can see this working. I can see this working. Yeah, so we are producing steam. Awesome. I wouldn't say we're producing enough steam at the moment. We do have heavy oil ready to go, but it's full of steam at the moment. It has nowhere to put the steam. So that's good. I think that's all working lovely. That is all working lovely. A little bit of fuel gas in there. As long as it's not off-gassing, and as long as these aren't filling up with anything, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. And that should now be producing light oil, which should be going in here. Where is the light oil? Balancer, this one. So this is prioritizing all of its outputs, which seems stupid. Don't prioritize that one. Don't prioritize going into there. Prioritize going back into yourself, which is this one, and prioritize sending oil out to there to burn for naphtha. What are you burning? You're burning... Why are you burning... You shouldn't be burning fuel gas. Because you don't have a priority out. That's the priority out. Do I need to check that down here as well? Your priority is sending naphtha down there. And then your secondary priority is over there. It'd be nice if you could say like at least like 2 levels. Like high, medium, low priority. It's so frustrating. Because we don't want it sending to burn at the same rate, sending it to the boilers at the same rate it's sending it to the off-gas. So I think we'll have to do that just until the naphtha tank fills up, which could take a while. But hey diddly ho. So nothing should be burning, as in nothing should be off-gassing. I don't even know if that's the correct term. I keep using that term. I don't know if I'm using that right. But I think we're okay there. I think we're okay there. No available place to dump products. I mean, there are so many places to dump products. I don't understand. I don't understand. This one was getting confused. Now that one's getting confused. Do we still have this one up here? We do. I don't know why they get so confused with dumping. So that's fine. We'll just extend this one a bit. And hopefully you got 3 places to dump products now. Do not tell me you have nowhere to dump products. I don't get why they're not dumping the dirt. I don't get why they're not dumping the dirt. Saying that, you need to be set to keep a little bit empty. Otherwise, if it fills up with dirt, it's not going to process the copper. Same with you, which you're already done, but you're saying you've got nowhere to put it. I don't understand. If anyone can answer that, I really could do with understanding what happens there. Why does that think it's got nowhere to dump products? I will try to have a little look around, because the problem now is, of course, we're not going to be producing any coal. That'll be one of my off-video things to look into, I think. Right, but we are now using animal feed, which is good, because we were producing a lot of it. And it wasn't going anywhere. So we're now using up animal feed, which is good. When we run out of animal feed, we should have fuel gas, a little bit. Naphtha, none, but that's good. And then light oil and heavy oil. Now I'm a little concerned about moving our power production down here when this isn't keeping up with demand at the moment. If we put that there, because that's the same size as that, isn't it? Yeah. We know that that trucks are going to struggle to get through this. We might want to put like a coal one like here. Maybe even like here. And then that will be coal. Just so if you run out of animal feed, this one doesn't stop at least. I don't really want to be using coal. But needs must. And then that one would be, say, to keep full with a priority 5. I think that's fine. Or maybe even like a slightly lesser priority, priority 6. Well, nothing's burning extra at the moment because we're full of steam, because they're only trying to keep these going. Why are you off-gassing heavy oil? That is not a priority output, so why are you doing that? You should be prioritizing putting oil back into yourself and filling this up. There's literally no reason for you to be doing that. I get that's full. So that's another thing, if anyone can answer. So it's prioritizing output to the boiler, but the boiler's full. So the next priority should be feeding it back into itself. It's because that pipe's full. So it's producing enough to keep that pipe full. We probably need to make that a Mark II. So that one can do that. Did we have that same problem over there? No, because that's going straight into a connector. I think that was the problem. So it was trying to push stuff back there, but it was bottlenecking slightly and backing this one up, so it was off-gassing instead. It should no longer be off-gassing. Okay. Nothing else is. Excellent. Let's unpause that, but I'm not in a massive rush for it. We are starting to fill up with fuel gas, which is lovely. We've got a little bit of naphtha in there, which is also good because it means that they have been using up as much as they can, which is sweet. But when that backs up with rubber, then all the naphtha will go into there, and that will be used as an additional fuel for the boilers. Okay. But yeah, until that settles down a bit, I'm a little concerned about enabling this. We can delete that now. Yeah, I don't want to actually build this yet. I'm deeply concerned. We've got a lot more housing now, which is good. You're still unable to dump products. Although a lot of you have. A lot of you did. There aren't as many trucks there as there were, unless there are multiple trucks in exactly the same spot. I'm pretty sure I just saw one merge into another one. But there are trucks up here gathering more materials. It's just... It's because we've finished mining out as much of the coal as we can at the moment. Everywhere. Doesn't really matter where you go. So what if we just flatten off like a whole chunk of that? Just do that. In fact, do the same over there. Flatten it off. Yes, because the trucks were going over there and digging that out. And there is coal under there somewhere. So the recording software crashed. I didn't hear it crash. I don't know. I just checked it and I saw we were looking at the coal mining over here and sorting that out. So that is now going. They're now digging out the coal, so that's fine. I don't think I've done much else. I built this storage down here. I don't know if that was before or after that bit, but if you haven't seen it, I've built these 2 storage units here to store up the tofu and the bread. So we use up the wheat that is currently just backing up constantly. At least we... Oh, my word, excuse me. At least we can get rid of that. So that's something. Use up the wheat that's in storage. We're probably going to burn through it all really quickly, particularly now that we're actually using the animal feed. And actually, we have used up all of the animal feed already. And this isn't going to work because it's trying to input this into... Oh, no, it will work. Once it burns up the animal feed, it should be fine. Why isn't it inputting animal feed? Because it's been told to not accept coal. Right, so now it's accepting coal. That should be fine. So if the animal feed runs out, it'll just keep putting coal in. Fine, so that's working. The other thing that just happened was I saw that a pickup couldn't reach its destination. That was because over here, we started building a ramp accidentally. So I've solved that. Well, I haven't solved it. I have told some diggers to flatten it. I've taken the diggers that were flattening this area. They're on their way down there now, look, which should be fine. A little bit of digging, and they'll flatten that off, and the towers and the trucks can get out of there. I could respawn the trucks, but it's my problem. It's my fault. I did that, so we're just going to live with my mistake. We're going to be a grown-up about it. We only have one worker. That doesn't seem like a lot. Doesn't seem like a lot. I feel like we should have more workers. I guess we've added a couple of extra, or like one extra boiler? No, not even. Well, I suppose, yeah, we've added one extra boiler, basically, because the other one was paused, but whatevs. So, how is everything else looking? Cement is terrible. No, it's not. Oh no, the cement actual production, which comes from these, right? No, that's the slabs. Where do we get cement from? From here. It says cement is down, but we're full. So I think we just don't store it. It just produces it on demand, and there's not enough demand for us to worry about. That's fine. So that's not actually a problem. Everything else is looking pretty good. So we actually have no research. But I'm going to leave that for now. So next video, because I think we have been going over an hour now, even with a little bit of crash. Next video, we would like to start thinking about making our power production here. I was sort of saving this area for like another farm, maybe. We might have to move that, but we do have all of this area here. And what I said when I noticed that the software had crashed was, we started this flattening like basically at the beginning of the series. And this is like, what, 17? So we're about 17 hours in, and they are still flattening it. It didn't even look like that big a hill, if I recall correctly. But it has taken them some time to work through this. But they're still going, which is good, So, yes, next time. Animal feed is running out, but it's going to use coal as a backup if it doesn't have enough animal feed, which it definitely doesn't. So, do we need to think about changing a lot of this production? Do we need to think about... This is soybeans and vegetables, corn and vegetables, but it's got to be a U-shaped one and a belt one, hasn't it? That's the thing. That's why it's done that way. Because vegetables... Yeah, I haven't made a mistake. Vegetables come out of a flat belt, and the beans on the U-shaped. So we can't mix those up too much. But this area up here probably will be like our new farm area, or an extended farm area when we get there. Food is actually still going up. I'm guessing that's because produced food keeps people going for longer than just sticking in raw vegetables or whatever. Which is another reason to get some chickens on the go. If we can get some chickens on the go as well, they'll probably use up the animal feed, I'm guessing. Bit of a cough. But that's not a massive concern. It's a little bit of a concern that the animal feed also goes into these. Where do they get that animal feed from? They get it directly from this one. So any animal feed this one produces goes straight into the compost, which gets used to make fertilizer. So there is actually extra animal feed that we're not using. Should we think about taking some of that and putting it into here? But that just turns wheat into animal feed. Whereas at the moment we're turning wheat into bread, which is obviously better. So no, we're not going to do that. I think that's silly. Oh, we could also be making corn mash. Oh, hang on a second. We could be making corn mash. there anything else we could be making? Food production. I'm getting distracted. I'm aware. I do it. Don't build a food processor. Just want to see what it does. Chicken. Soybeans. Flour into bread. So we're doing the bread. We're going to work on chickens next time. But I definitely want to get a mill, getting some corn mash up and running. Why are we just chucking raw corn into the population at a very slow rate when we could be making it into better food? So that's definitely right. So note for future me. Next time we are going to get corn mash on the go, which I guess will be over here somewhere, which is going to start to get a little messy. Maybe we'll put it down here and extend like food production over here and hope that we can build this quick enough to not fill up with people again. You have now flattened that, which is good. So you, I'm just going to say edit area, and you just, okay. Edit area. Do that. That should get them moving again. Just put a little look. Yes, they're going. Okay, excellent. Yeah, so potentially think about moving power production over here. So we can stop burning all of that coal. That is directly coming off of there. Because coal is a finite resource. And if we can cut down on coal usage, that would be fantastic. Corn into corn mash. We also have salt production, which we could be using to... What do you use salt? No, we're going to look at it next time. We have salt production that we could be thinking about turning our brine into salt and into water. Is that how it works? I don't know. We'll look at it another time. That's fine. We have more research to queue up, which we need to do ASAP. Otherwise, these people in here are just sat there being bored, and there are 32 people there. Let's get them doing something, right? We also have glass making. I think I did see something we needed glass for. Was it the machine parts Mark II? Yes. So if we can get glass on the go, we can start doing vehicle parts Mark II. So we can start making the big, sexy vehicles. And I'm sure that's exactly what they are. So that's also very exciting. So how much of that are we going to get done next time? Who knows? This time, I literally just did this pretty much. This was the majority of the video, just getting that sorted. But look at it. It is looking good. We are full of coal. Light oil, naphtha is filling up. Fuel gas is filling up because we're keeping so much of it in stock, which is brilliant. We don't have enough workers. Do people just die all the time? Is that something that just happens a lot? Very frustrating. Anyway, that's all. I could have paused the research, I suppose, since we're not doing anything, but we're going to want some soon. We're up to 50 months worth of food. If we can get corn turned into corn mash, that will improve that drastically. We could think about just completely redoing all of this at some point, because all of this storage is a massive waste of space and resources. So we could just like remove all of this, build an extra unit here. If we've got enough to Unity build it, rebuild it all, put like waste down here, lots of food markets. Do I want to do that? I think it would be good. I think it would be a good idea. I'm not sure, but I think it would. Maybe we'll do that, because we did like a little bit of... It's not often we go back and fix sort of previous problems. We normally just spaghetti stuff around until it works. But maybe we do that. So yeah. Salt production, glass making, chicken farm. Fix this problem. Corn mash on the go. Queue up research. Those are the things we need to do. But I'm going to leave that there now. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have enjoyed it, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Just remembered, once again, I've made a cup of tea that I haven't touched. Damn it. Don't forget I stream on Wednesdays at 7:30 PM UK time. It'd be wonderful to see you there. If I don't see you there, I'll see you next time in the ongoing brilliance, and I love this game so much. That is Captain of Industry. And as always, thank you very much for joining me.